It's vitally important that developments are led by members of a community because people want to feel like they have ownership over their neighborhood. Right now in Michigan, throughout the United States, we see people who feel as though their neighborhoods have been sculpted in ways that they didn't have any input on or they didn't have any control over. So we see a lot of people asking, how do I get into real estate development? How do I learn about it? How do I take control over my own neighborhood? And that's really what we want to do in this open online course. We want to give people the tools that they can go into their neighborhoods, go into their communities, and build the kinds of neighborhoods that they deserve and that their neighbors deserve. One of the more important things about real estate development and the community is how do we build generational wealth for families who live in places? And real estate development is one of the primary ways that people build wealth in the United States. We want to make sure that people understand what it is, how it works, and how they themselves can participate in not only the revitalization of communities, but also generational wealth building. So real estate development helps an entire community by not only giving the developer tools, but it gives the community tools to vision for the future, to think critically about what they need and what they want to see in their own neighborhoods. It gives younger people the opportunity to understand how communities are developed and come together, that people have agency and ownership, and that things don't just arise by magic. So it really helps the entire community to be able to self-actualize and envision for their own future. The reason that we wanted to do this kind of course, an open online course, is that if you look at the market, some of these courses cost thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So the kinds of information that community members need generally isn't very accessible. It's expensive. So we want to make sure that this information that you might learn at a university can be accessible to anyone in a community who wants to understand these concepts. One of the things that we want to ensure that people can take back to their communities is the idea of sustainability, right? I see a lot of people beginning real estate development projects without having any concept of how much it costs, what the process is like, how to think critically about, mitigating any risk that they take when they do a development project. So we want to make sure that people have the information before they start so that they're not taking unnecessary risks and that they can really make sure that their projects are successful and sustainable.